Pitakattaya palinca tassa atta katang catang Mukapatena anisum kubbe bhikkhu mahamati Haning diswana sattanang tada bhikkhu samagata Chiratti tattang dhammassa puttakesu likapayum
According to traditional Sri Lankan chronicles, such as the Deepavamsa, Buddhism was introduced into Sri Lanka in the 3rd century BCE. After the Third Buddhist Council by Arhanth Mahindra, son of Indian Emperor Ashoka, during the reign of Dewanampiya of Anuradhapura. After the arrival of Arahantha Mahindra to Sri Lanka and the first Buddhist monastery, monuments and monk were introduced. The Pali Canon, having previously been preserved as an oral tradition, was first converted into writing in Sri Lanka around 30 BCE. At the very outset, Sri Lankan Theravada tradition seems to agree with the first interpretation ubiquitously. This agreement led them to infer logically that Aru and Mahindra Thera introduced Tripitaka to Sri Lanka by the language of the Buddha, Pali. Subsequently, Pali language was further promoted by adopting the concept of Mulabhasa, which introduces the Pali as original or natural human language. Although there is an acceptance by many that Buddha spoke Magadha, even today, Orthodox Theravada strongly maintain that Theravada Tripitaka contains original words of the Buddha as he delivered. However, modern scholarship is reluctant to be compromised with this view due to various reasons. They maintain that there is no assurance that only the Theravada Tripitaka represent the true teachings of the Buddha, Bertram Lineage concluded. As a result of the work of Buddhaghosa and other compilers such as Dhammapala, Sri Lanka developed a strong tradition of written textual transmission of the Pali Canon. The compilation of the Athakatha along with the Nikayas and other Pitakas were committed to writing for the first time in the Aluviharaya temple during the 1st century BCE. Buddhist literature in Sinhalese also thrived, and by 410, Sri Lankan monks travelled widely throughout India and Asia introducing their works. The most important gift Sri Lanka ever received from overseas, the message of the Gautama Buddha has introduced a unique religious philosophy together with a new culture and a way of life to the people of this country. The teachings of the Buddha or the Theravada Tripitaka was introduced by Arhanth Mahindra in Pali language, and it was brought forward by word of mouth for generations until it was transcribed into written text on olar leaves in the 1st century at Aluviharaya in Matale. Sacred religious heritages. This is one of the most prominent sacred religious heritages in the world history, which was brought forward for generations by listening to verbal recitations and memorizing. From the first Dhamma-sanghayana, First Buddhist Council, to the transcription of the Tripitaka at the Matale Aluviharaya in 1st century AD, the Mahathras and their student generation preserved this Dharma through oral form. The Buddha's teachings were divided into 9 parts during his lifetime, and during the first Dhamma-sanghayana it was divided into 3 parts as Sutra Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, and the Abhidhamma Pitaka. The Dhamma preached by the Buddha for over 45 years was preached by 500 bhikkhus jointly by memorizing those teachings, at this first Dhamma-sanghayana. Since then the great responsibility of preserving this Vinaya Pitaka for the benefit of the Sasana was vested on Apali Mahathira and his student generation.
කටපාඩමින් ගෙනාවා වූ ධර්මය ලේඛනගත කිරීමේ ක්‍රියාවලියක් බවට පත් වෙලා ලෝකේටම ධර්මය බෙදා දෙන්නට ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට හැකියාව ලැබුණේ. ධර්මයේ සරණ යාමටත් ධර්මයේ ආරක්ෂා කර ගැනීමටත් ත්‍රිපිටක ධර්ම ග්‍රන්ථ ජාතික උරුමයක් බවට පත් කරගන්නට අපේ අතිගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමා ඉතා හොඳ අදහසක් ඇටියට සමාජයට ඉදිරිපත් කළා. ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්නට එතුමා දැන් වැඩපිළිවෙලක් යොදා තිබෙනවා.
මේ අකාලික වූ ධර්මස්කන්ධය අටුවා ටීකා ටිප්පණී වශයෙන් අපේ ත්‍රිපිටක ධර්මය ජාතික වස්තුවක් හැටියට ශ්‍රී ලංකාද්වීපය ථේරවාද බෞද්ධ ලෝකයේ මධ්‍යස්ථානයේ වශයෙන් විරාජමාන වීමටත් මේ කාරණේ මහෝපකාරී වන බව සඳහන් කරන්නට කැමැතියි.
මුළු මහත් ලෝකයාගේම සැලකිල්ලට ලක් වුණා ශ්‍රී ලංකාව ථේරවාදී බුද්ධ ධර්මයේ ලේඛනගත කරලා අද කාලයේ හැටියට ඕනෑම යමක් ලිඛිතව ආරක්ෂා කර ගැනීම තමයි කටපාඩමට වඩාත් වැදගත් වෙන්නේ. නැවතත් වතාවක් පිටකයේ සුරකීමේ ව්‍යාපාරය මාතලේ අලුවිහාරයේදී ආරම්භ කිරීමට ශ්‍රීමත් ජනාධිපතිතුමන් ප්‍රමුඛ රජයේ ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙලා අවශ්‍ය කරන කටයුතු පවත්වාගෙන යනවා.
විවිධ අයුරින් ධර්මයේ විග්‍රහ කරනවා කියන ලැජ්ජා බය නැතුව හරියට මා ප්‍රාණ අකුරක්වත් සද්ද නොකොට කතා කරන ලියන කියන හැටි අපට පේනවා. මේ රටේ මල්වතු අස්කිරි ඒ වගේම අම්බරපුර රාමඤ්ඤ නිකායත්‍රයටම අයිති මහා සංඝයා වහන්සේලාත් ඒකට අපේ මෛත්‍රීපාල සිරිසේන ජනාධිපතිතුමා මේ ආරම්භ කරන ලද ඉතා උත්කෘෂ්ඨ ශාසනික සේවාවක් බව මතක් කරමින් ඒ සෑම දෙනාටම දීර්ඝායු සම්පත් නිරෝගී සම්පත් ලැබේවා කියලා පතනවා මේ කරපු උදාර යුතුයකම ගැන.
Over the years, the responsibility of carrying forward the Tripitaka was given the Banacathras or the monks assigned to preach. In ancient Sinhala stone inscriptions they were named as Majjhimabanaka, Sayanabanaka, Uttarabanaka and Pilabanaka. President Maithripala Sirisena proclaiming the Tripitaka as a national heritage is a proud moment for the nation. Theravada Tripitaka declared a national heritage. The writing of Tripitaka served immensely for preservation and propagation of the Buddhist Sasana. The United Nations organization has acknowledged Sri Lanka as the center of Theravada Buddhism and subsequent to that recognition, in a significant move to provide the long due proper status to the Tripitaka, it is to be proclaimed as a national heritage by President Maithripala Sirisena 5th of January 2019. This will put an end to the attempts to give irrational connotations and interpretations to the words of the Buddha or to add new words to the Pitaka books and code of discipline that preserved the Dhamma and the Buddhist order. Once the Tripitaka is proclaimed as the national heritage, the rights of publication of Tripitaka will be under the Ministry of Buddhism. As Buddha said, "No evil force could harm a person who practices Dhamma."